Hello, this is Tammy from DevelopBit, and in this tutorial we are going to talk about data types and variables. We're going to talk about real quickly what is a data type and what is a variable. So as you can see on my screen, I've already written pretty much the definition out of what it is. And then I'm going to show you some examples of how you can use a data type and also how you can use a variable and how you can be able to put it together. So let's take a look at what is a data type. A data type basically defines the type of data for a value. Basically, what is the value you want to use for that data? So if you know that you're going to be using like strings or words or letters, you may assign it to something called a string. That's a data type. Or if you know you're going to use numbers, then there's another data type called numbers or numeric. But it's also broken down into maybe you want to use it as an integer, maybe you want to use it as a float. When it comes down to data types, there are several data types that are broken down into different categories. We'll have probably another tutorial about that eventually, but just to name a few, the data types are list or using a tuple or range or dictionary, booleans or bytes. But for in this tutorial, we're going to look at three basic data types that we can use quickly, like I said, in this particular tutorial. So we have the string as a data type, as I mentioned earlier. Then we have the integer, which is whole numbers. And then we have what is called floats, which is basically a decimal that we can actually work with when we're working with data types. When we're working with data types, we also use what is called a variable. A variable can change, vary. It also is a container that stores values. So I think of a variable as if I'm filling out a form. So it's holding a value for me. So let's just say my first name. Okay, of course, that data type is what? A string or characters. But with a variable, I'm holding values. My first name is Tammy. And then if I wanted to store my information as my last name, I'll put that information in. Or if they have information on the form about, you know, how many of this such and such you have, then that information is considered a data type, which is numeric, or a number, and you put that number in. So we can look at it as that way when you're filling out a form. You have information that you're filling out, and it's storing information in it so that it can be retrieved easily. So let's take a look at how to put the data type and the variable together. And also, as you notice here on my screen, I also talk about assignment statement, which I have actually misspelled. Assignment statements. When you're working with assignments, you'll usually use the equal sign to assign a value to a variable because that indicates that this is what is being assigned to it. So let's take a look at some examples of how we can use a data type and a variable and the assignment statement together. So I am going to, again, start with just the basics. We're going to talk about three basic data types in this tutorial, which is the string, the integer, and the float. Okay? Now the string, of course, is like characters, words, which you'll notice by using quotation marks around them or single quotes when you want to use like strings. So, in order for me to use a string, like I had mentioned, if I'm filling out a form, maybe I want to say, oh, first name, which I'm assigning it as an assignment statement by using an equal sign to say that I'm getting ready to create a variable name first name, and I am going to assign that in quotes, or I could have said single quotes, to Tammy. So now that when I go back and retrieve that information, it'll say, okay, the value of first name is Tammy. But my other data type is, what if I wanted to put in a number, or a number such as integer? So I can do that as well. So maybe I'll say number inventory equals 3. Okay. And maybe I want to say clothing price misspelling clothing price. So my clothing price could be $19.45. Okay. So again, when we look at this here, I have defined a data type. First name is listed as a string, which is Tammy, and then my inventory is another data type, which is set to an integer, and then my last one is a float, which is using decimal numbers, and I've assigned this to clothing price, which is how I define my variable. So again, we're looking at how we can use a data type, how we can create a variable, and how we can assign that variable to that particular, we can assign that variable. So in this case, we're looking at first name is assigned to Tammy, number underscore is assigned to 3, and then the clothing price is also assigned to $19.45. So if I wanted to go in and print this out like we looked in the last tutorial, I can just say I want to print out first name, print number inventory. And you'll also notice too, when I created variables, I use underscores. So we're going to definitely talk about that in the next tutorial, a little bit more quickly about how you can create variables. So I'm going to say clothing price. And then now when I save it and I click on run, it says, it gives me an error message. So I say clothing price. So again, let's run it. And I should see a printout saying Tammy 3, $19.45. So let's do a review. So when we are looking at a data type, it defines the type of data for that value. It defines of what can be performed on that particular variable. When we're looking at a variable, it's basically a container that stores values. When we're looking at assignment statement, it uses an equal sign to assign a value to a variable so that we can be able to say, oh, first name equals this equals that, or that equals this. So as I mentioned, we're going to talk a little bit more in another video about variables. How did I come about naming these variables, and what are some of the things that you can do in order to work with your variables? Again, this is Tammy from DevelopBit. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial. Thank you.